Hi everyone. Today I'm just going to show you a few of the little things that we've got set up for the children, ready for this week's play. So I've put a few of these things on Instagram and Twitter, so you might like to see some of these activities explained a little better. So these are all little baby socks that I got really cheaply as a bundle actually from eBay a few years ago, and they make a really lovely matching game. So we just find the two socks that match, and you can either put a peg on them or you can bunch them up for them, or they can just lay them together. It's quite nice if you can set up a little washing line and maybe hang them in pairs. That's always quite sweet as well. And another game that the children, I hadn't actually thought about this, but the children did a couple of years ago, was they like to get some toys and play at being Father Christmas, so they fill them up. So another activity we have here is matching the parcels to the numbers. So I've got numbers 1 to 5, and then I have the corresponding number of parcels in the corresponding colours. So that's quite a sweet activity. Another activity I'm doing with the parcels is this one. So I have the basket in there and they transfer, so we have the empty basket and they use tweezers to transfer the items, the little parcels from this side into the basket with the tweezers. Great fine motor skill activity there. But at the moment I have it set up for the counting activity. This I actually found this year in TK Maxx. I think it was about £3 or £4, and I thought that was an absolute bargain actually, because I don't have much in the way of Christmas jigsaws. So I thought that was really lovely, and it's popular at the moment. Everyone's enjoying it, so that's quite good. I set up these sensory bags. These are something that I've done with toddler socks in the past, where you fill them with some cotton wool, and you just put some spice and essential oils and things on the cotton wool balls, and you put them inside a toddler sock and then use a hairband to tie them up really tightly. But I have these little bags left over from my ham fasting in the summer, so I decided it would be quite nice to put some cloves in one. I believe that is the cinnamon one, and this one has mixed spice. So at the moment my house smells really lovely. Smells just like Christmas. So that is another activity, just a little sort of a sensory sniff the bags and see what they're like. Around here I've set up a toddler exploration bottle. Now my son took the bottle off the draining board yesterday and drew on it because he hadn't realised that I was saving it for something. So I've just filled it with some Christmas bits, some of the little parcels, some red and green, well, they're sticks covered in yarn, a little bit of tinsel, some pipe cleaners. There's a Father Christmas in there. There's a little elf in there somewhere. I was going to put some bells in, but I couldn't find the bells this morning, which was really annoying. So as soon as I find the bells, I will pop those in as well. If you're worried about the children taking the lid off, you can just hot glue gun the lid on. Mine are slightly older, and at the moment they are following the rules of keep the lid on, otherwise everything will fall out, and we don't want the babies to get it. So they're being really good about it. But when I find the bells, I think I'll be quite tempted to glue the lid on so we don't have any accidents. And then we have just a little Christmas basket with some different fabric textures, some sparkly pom-poms, little plastic snowball, and some of the beads. You do have to watch the strings of beads because obviously they will try and wrap them around their necks and things like that. So you can cut them into short lengths, or just make sure this is a supervised activity. It just depends on how you want it. If you want it as a bit of a free play, I mean, obviously I wouldn't have the beads left lying around for the small children, even though they are on strings, and they do seem quite safe on the strings and quite secure. Obviously, if one does come off, it could cause a choking hazard. So obviously risk assess that for yourself and for the children in your setting. We do use these beads, and we, touch wood, haven't had any incidents. They've all seemed to stay on quite well, but I do watch this activity with the children quite closely, especially with the very little ones. So when we finish with that, I tend to put it up high so that I know we're not going to have any incidents with the strings of beads. But it's really lovely, and it would be a shame if we didn't. I mean, you know, beads and tinsel and all that sort of stuff is very Christmassy, so I would like to include it in the activities. You just need to be a bit sensible about it, really. So those are some of the things we have set up in the playroom, ready for today's play. So I hope this inspires you to come up with some Christmassy activities for your children. And yeah, let me know if you've got any ideas of your own that you'd like to share. Just pop them in the comment section below. Please share this video if you found it useful, and press subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you.